Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bros Talk MMA.
Shama.
I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro host extraordinaire without the fur coat this week, I noticed.
Because it's your fucking bro host extraordinaire, RayBuck, Djorden, Mr. Give Me My Belt, Hand Me My Crown, undeniably the illest host around.
Chill the fuck out,
I'm
bro.
gonna let that slide,
Chill the
bro.
fuck out, bro.
Undeniably the illest better around.
Bruh.
Undeniably the illest picker around.
Bruh.
Mind telling us why you don't got the fur coat this week?
Because I was not feeling the frosty fucking cool air coming from over there. Talking about, I ain't the shit. What? I ain't the greatest. I ain't gonna win another card. Somebody's gonna take my title.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
I was feeling like I was on the other side. I was north of the wall. You know what I mean? I felt like I had the White Walkers coming after me.
Shame.
Well,
Guess what? I'm goddamn Jon Snow out in this bitch. Black version.
if you're proud of winning a bubble version of a fight night card, then feel free. I mean, for you, fucking weirdest, wackest, funkiest, fucking dysfunctional fucking fight night card shit barely made it through with 10 fights on the night.
Oh, but the parlay god hit his parlay.
You want to be proud of yourself, but
you know that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, just so you know, parlay god is still out here, fucking godding it.
Well, folks, good for RayBucks here, the better picker formerly known as Fur Coat Bucks. I'm sure that jacket will be coming out soon enough. I'm sure that's not the last we've seen of him in layers. So, but hey, you got it. You got it last week. Good for you.
It's getting chilly in here again.
This week, though, we're here to cover this weekend's fight, or actually pay-per-view card. It's going to be UFC 313, taking place in Las Vegas. I believe that this is going to be a 12-fight card, barring any, dropouts or, anything weird that happens leading up to this fight card. We're going to start things off in the bantamweight division. We got Chris Gutierrez going up against John Castañeda. We got Gutierrez coming in 9-3 with one draw in the UFC, 21-5 with 2 draws overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Castañeda coming in. They are 4-3 in the UFC, 21-7 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. My pick's going to be with Gutierrez in this one by decision or KO. They're going to be the taller and, that's really it. Like, they're both the same age, but he just edges Castañeda out in the height. He's going to be a striker with some super nasty kicks. I believe he's probably going to have the better cardio of the two in this fight. Castañeda is going to be the longer of the two fighters. He's going to be a striker as well, but more on the well-rounded side, probably more of a point fighter who can find finishes if possible, but, more so just kind of not on the non-threatening end of things. I would say, his cardio is going to be the factor in this one. If he can keep up with Gutierrez or, whoever it is who gasses out first in this fight, I think is really who's going to be the winner. But I do feel like Gutierrez has a little bit more diverse of a arsenal with the striking. So that's who I'm going to go with in this one. I'm going to go with Gutierrez.
I'm going with Gutierrez because I just believe he has more volume and more violence in him than John Castañeda does. John Castañeda's previous opponent, I probably would have gone with Castañeda. But since it has changed, since it has become Chris Gutierrez, I've got to go with Chris Gutierrez on this one to take the W-dub.
Yeah, I mean, to note, John Castañeda was supposed to fight on last week's card, but his opponent had medical issues shortly after weighing in that they weren't cleared to fight. So they got moved over to this card. So they're technically in fight shape, it kind of sucks because they weighed in, so now it's like they're maintaining this fight weight, so that's definitely going to play a factor in their cardio and just them either being overly depleted or not. Chris Gutierrez has been fighting and training for a full fight camp. It just so happens now that their opponent changed up last minute, so it's kind of like they're both taking each other, last minute. But I would edge this to Gutierrez, just being that his fight camp was geared around this date, whereas Castañeda had to draw himself out a little bit longer. So that's just something to note on this one.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on to the next fight. We have a middleweight bout between Ozzy Diaz going up against Djorden Santos. We have Diaz coming in. They are 0-1 in the UFC, 9-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Santos coming in, making their UFC debut, 10-1 overall, and are on a 5-fight win streak. I'm going to be going with Santos in this one by either KO or sub. They're going to be the younger and the smaller of the two fighters, well-rounded. And we got Diaz coming in, the older of the two by 4 years, and just the overall bigger fighter. He's going to be a striker who's actually moving down in weight for this fight. It seems like they had a nice little run at a
Real quick,
light heavyweight.
Who's moving down?
Diaz.
Diaz, okay.
Yeah, Diaz he had a short little run at light heavyweight, and now he's moving back down to middleweight. He's kind of jumped between these weight classes at various weights. But I just feel like at this point, he's kind of in like a prop up, position where if he wins, cool, because he's kind of a prospect in his own right that, the UFC was, putting some hype behind, but he got knocked out in his most recent fight. So he just hasn't set himself up quite for success for his UFC run. So I feel like now he's played himself into a position where if he wins, this will be a big win for him, and then, they can start putting steam behind him again. Or Djorden Santos, kind of overtakes that spot and becomes somebody that now they can put a push behind. I think Djorden Santos, being just that they'll have a more well-rounded skill set, I think that they'll be able to pose just more of a threat to Diaz, whereas Diaz looks like they're going to be looking more for that big shot and or just using primarily their striking to get them the victory. So with that being said, I'm going to take Djorden Santos in this one.
Djorden Santos is going to have a job. Ozzy Diaz is not after this fight.
You're fired!
Going with Santos. Santos is more well-rounded. Santos is going to have a job. Santos is going to be in the UFC. Ozzy Diaz will probably be in the, I don't know, FAC somewhere. One of those other little fight things that they're out.
Little
might
fight
be
thing.
one little fight things, you know what I mean? Maybe he's gonna be beating up kids at the park. I'm not sure, but the Djorden Santos will be in the UFC after this fight after he wins.
For sure. All right. Moving on to a featherweight bout. We have Mairon Santos going up against Francis Marshall. We got Santos coming in 1-0 in the UFC, 14-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. We got Marshall coming in. They're 2-2 in the UFC, 8-2 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Santos in this one by KO or decision. They're gonna be the slightly younger of the two fighters and the striker primarily. Marshall's gonna be the slightly older of the two by a year, a grappler primarily, but somewhat well-rounded in their own right. My pick's gonna be with Santos in this one though by KO or decision. I just believe that they're gonna be overwhelming for Marshall. Marshall's going to have to get in close, probably try to get this to the ground, and then maybe do some ground and pound or search for the submission, whereas I just think Santos, is going to give him a lot that he's going to have to weather to get into that position. And I feel like as long as he can practice just some, decent takedown defense, he should be able to, either take this to the cards or find a knockout finish somewhere in that, So I'm going to be going with Santos in this one.
It's a Santos kind of day. Santos again. I believe that Francis Marshall is coming down in weight to fight this particular bout. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, it's only because he took a fight on short notice. He actually does fight at featherweight, but his last bout he took on short notice to do the company a favor. Won that fight.
The other guy?
Marshall.
Marshall, yeah, Marshall made a favor, did a favor.
Yeah, so that's the reason why he was 155 as opposed to featherweight this time around. But he primarily fights at featherweight.
Okay, well, that being said, again, it's going to be a Santos kind of card. Santos is going to beat Francis Marshall. He has more routes to victory. He is the better striker. He is the better grappler. Gas tank. I think they both have very similar cardio expectations and abilities. But Santos for the win.
Alrighty. Moving on to a welterweight bout, we have Alex Morono going up against Carlos Leal. We got Morono coming in. They're 13-8 with one no contest in the UFC, 24-11 with that one no contest overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 fights. We got Leal coming in. They're 0-1 in the UFC, 21-6 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be going with Leal in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be the younger of the two fighters, striker primarily, somewhat well-rounded though. We got Morono coming in, older by 4 years, definitely well-rounded in their own right. They just kind of, especially as they get older, their cardio is starting to go. Like they have good cardio, but it's just one of those age things where you can tell that he's starting to lose a step in that department. So I just feel like Leal definitely can take advantage of that and even possibly just lay it on Morono and get him out of there early too and not even have to take this to the cards. So I'm going to be going with Leal in this one. I feel like they should have won their last fight, actually, which is why I'm so confident in them. They actually took Rinat Fakhretdinov, to the cards. And a lot of people thought that he actually won that fight. But if anything, even if, he didn't,
Fakhretdinov is a beast.
He proved that he definitely belongs and is gonna be a threat in the division. So yeah, I'll be going with Leal in this one.
I agree with the Leal pick. Moreno is a little bit more of a decision machine. I wouldn't say he is a decision machine, but he goes to decision a little bit more often than Leal does.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I like to see people go out in their shield. If there's that, you know what I mean. That's what the UFC is about. Let's not leave it up to the judges. Let's go ahead and make shit happen. That being said, Leal, I believe, will beat Alex Moreno. I think they're very evenly skilled. But again, it's going to be one of those things of who wants it more, who has more heart. And in my opinion, Carlos Leal has more heart than Alex Moreno.
Definitely, I feel you. Moving on to a middleweight bout, we have Bruno Ferreira going up against Armen Petrosyan. We got Ferreira coming in 3-2 in the UFC, 12-2 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Petrosyan coming in. They are 3-3 in the UFC, 8-4 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 fights. My pick's going to be with Petrosyan in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be the slightly older of the two fighters by 2 years and taller. They're a striker / point fighter who they can find finishes and they got decent power, but I wouldn't say like knockout one punch power. Ferreira, they're gonna be slightly younger of the two, a longer fighter in this bout, and they're gonna be the power striker and really just gonna be hunting to take Petrosyan's head off. So I just feel like if Petrosyan fights a measured fight, paces himself, doesn't expend his energy or anything like that, he should be good to go. Doesn't get caught by any crazy double spinning back fists like in his last fight. He was losing that fight, but then it just got capped off with that. So it is what it is. But I feel like him being the more measured and technical, fighter in this one, I just think that that'll beat the power of Bruno Ferreira eventually. His gas tank's going to start to wear on him. And then he's just, it's going to be easy to get him out of there. I think similar to his last fight that he was in. So, my pick's going to be with Petrosyan in this one.
I will say this. Armen Petrosyan comes in looking very diesel, looking like a bodybuilder, but I think he's going to fight like a bodybuilder. Those are beach muscles. And so that being said, I believe that Bruno Ferreira is gonna fucking whip his ass.
Bruno Pereira is fucking bigger than this fool though, right?
Bro, like Petrosyan
Like,
looks
he's
like a little
like-
pit bull though.
He's like
Petrosyan
fucking.
comes in and he's like a pit bull. Like
I feel like he looks like a wide receiver, bro. Like he's just like
there is no fucking. Well, you're crazy. He looks more like a running back, bro.
no, like a Terrell Owens wide receiver. Look at 180. That's about the same
But
weight as like Terrell Owens.
Okay,
in the
how
NFL.
tall is he? 5 something?
I'm guessing. No, I know he's like 6 foot.
There's
something.
no way, bro.
6'3".
6'3"?
Yeah. He's technically like he's the taller fighter, but Ferreira is gonna have the longer reach, and he's fucking like Hulk fucking like he's stocky, like he's big, bro.
So
He's
is
5'10".
Petrosyan. Petrosyan's pretty stocky, bro.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong, he's fit, bro. But I wouldn't say beach muscle fucking bodybuilder fucking
I'm
big.
calling beach muscle shit. Anyway, that being said, I'm gonna go fucking Ferreira. Ferreira's gonna whip his ass.
Hey, he won a fucking fake card, y'all. So fucking
fake card? It wasn't a real card? It wasn't a fucking real card?
I mean,
Come
hey,
on, my
10
dog.
fights, bro. 10 fights.
That's not my fault. I'm not
10
fucking.
fights?
I'm not Dana White, my bro. Like I can't make more fights. I can only just win the fights that are put out there, and that's what I do. I win the fights that are put out there.
Do you? Or just this last time?
Cope.
I mean, there's been how many other fights?
It's all right, bro.
How far up am I right now? 15? 15 fights? You know, 15 fights in a year? A little over a year? Huh?
15, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, where were we at?
Not a little over. Okay, yeah, a little over a year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where are we at this year, right? You're still winning, right? You're winning by 1 or something? You know?
Yeah, winning by 1 fight.
This year, right?
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Feel good.
You think it's going to last?
Yeah, I actually do.
Ooh. Sad.
I mean, I don't have any other
It's so
reason to
sad.
believe otherwise.
Why wouldn't you?
Huh?
Why wouldn't you?
Because if all you're gonna do is win little fucking like scrimmage cards, then I'm gonna.
This isn't a scrimmage card.
Huh? This one isn't. You're gonna lose it.
Duh.
Okay.
One like, can you? What? You want a streak? You want to say that you're like on a 1 card streak? Is that what you do? You streaking like a fucking
Call me Frank the Tank out here because I'm streaking.
underwear stain?
'Cause I'm streaking.
Like
I'm streaking.
underwear stain.
I'm streaking
streak?
around the quad, bro.
No, you're squeaking around the glutes. Anyway, my G. Moving on to-
Brunno, Pereira for the win.
Yeah, sure. Fucking maybe in his next bout, not in this one. Anyway, Petrosyan.
I think this is where you fuck up the
Petrosyan
whole card. You're
for
gonna
the
start
win.
fucking up the whole card
Petrosyan
from that
for the win.
particular fight up.
Sure, Brody.
Oh wait, you did fuck up another one though too. So we're good. Go ahead, keep going.
Moving on to a flyweight bout, we got Rei Tsuruya or Ray. I'm gonna say Ray.
Don't fucking say
Tsuruya.
it. It's not Ray, bro.
No,
Call
it's
him
probably
something else.
Ray.
Don't call him something else. Call him something else.
Rei Tsuruya?
Yeah.
Bruh.
'Cause,
Okay.
like, he doesn't get to use my fucking name. Fuck that
Going
shit.
up against Joshua Van. We got Tsuruya coming in 1-0 in the UFC and perfect at 10-0 overall. We got Van coming in 5-1 in the UFC, 12-2 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Tsuruya in this one by either submission or KO. They're gonna be the slightly younger and bigger of the two fighters, very well rounded. You got Van coming in slightly older of the two, smaller fighter, and a striker primarily with some decent takedown defense. He looks to, be on his way. He's got 1 victory in the UFC. And he's just got a more well-rounded skill set. I feel like he's gonna give Van a lot of problems, especially if he's able to mix in the grappling and give him looks while striking. So it's gonna be tough for Van, I think, who has shown that if you put the pace on him or the pressure, he can start to crumble a little bit. If you take him outside of that first, second round, then he has to rely on his cardio. And don't get me wrong, he's a dog fighter. But I just feel like once you start mixing in grappling, unless Tsuruya ends up like gassing out or something like that, I don't really see that happening. I'm gonna be going with Tsuruya in this one.
Tsuruya is undefeated. I'm gonna give him that. I will give him his credit that's due. But that being said, Joshua Van for the win. Joshua Van has been in the UFC for for a decent amount of time. He's done very well in his time here, and Tassi, whatever his fucking name is, not gonna make it happen. Gonna fucking look like a goddamn a fish out of water on the mat and get his ass whooped. And Joshua Van's gonna be the one that whipping ass. So that being said, Riyad Tassayura is gonna get ran over by the van.
Moving on to a heavyweight bout. We got Curtis Blaydes going up against Rizvan Kuniev. We got Blaydes. They're going to be 13-5 with one no contest in the UFC, 18-5 with that one no contest overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Kuniev coming in, making their UFC debut, 13-2 with one draw and one no contest overall, and 4-0 with that one no contest in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be going with Kuniev in this one by either KO or sub. They're going to be the younger and less rangy fighter of the two, but definitely well-rounded in their skill set. Curtis Blaydes going to be the older of the two by 3 years, the longer fighter, and a striker primarily, but he does have wrestling. I don't really think he uses it for the purpose of like finding submissions or, anything like that. Mostly just to it's either like really good just takedown defense or wrestling that can lead to effective ground and pound, top position, and finishes on the ground, but not really like wrestling, to say that like he leans towards grappling. We got I'm gonna be going with Kuniev in this one. Like I said, I just think that I think he's gonna knock fucking Blaydes out, is what I think is gonna happen, basically. Like, I don't think he's gonna need to really use wrestling, and I don't think we're gonna have to see Blaydes like try and like see like how he responds to it. I think he's just gonna get knocked out. So I think Blaydes is a little bit chinny. He has power, and he can knock fools out, but I just don't think he gets started quick enough sometimes, and doesn't have the best defense in my opinion.
Curtis Blaydes
I'll
gets
be going
beat
with Kuniev.
Okay, that's great. Kuniev, fucking nobody gives a fuck about your picks. Anyway, what I'm saying though is Curtis Blaydes gets beat by speed, not necessarily power. And Kuniev has power, not speed necessarily. So that being said, like Curtis Blaydes gonna win this one. Curtis Blaydes has a high fight IQ, but he does get beat by speed because if somebody's able to punch faster than he can block, well, then obviously that fool's gonna go down. That being said, Curtis Blaydes just got to fight a high fight IQ fight on this particular card or this particular bout, and he'll be fine. It could be boring, it could be great. But that being said, Curtis Blaydes will take him to deep water. Curtis Blaydes does like to turn on, you know what I mean, in the late second to like early third round. Then he also starts to gas a little bit, to be honest with you. But Curtis Blaydes is not going to go down to this Kuniev dude. You know what I mean? He's just getting into the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, it's no bueno.
I just want to remind folks, this is the same dude that was in a whole fucking fur coat last week trying to talk like he's been doing something because he won a fucking 10-fight card. I just want to remind y'all this. This man was so distraught from the way things have been going for him the beginning of this year that he literally had to change his whole persona to try to psych himself back into the game, and he only really won because he had some fights fall out for him, which I think maybe we actually even agreed on, so maybe he still would have won. But I mean, just remember, just look at this dude and this renewed confidence that he has all of a sudden when he was literally in shambles, so much so that he was anemic. He wasn't even warm-blooded. He needed to wear extra layers.
Why the hell is so cold?
So that he could get through the broadcast. That's how fucking bad of shape he was in. So just remember that, folks.
Damn, son.
Moving on, though, to our next bout in the lightweight division. We have King Green going up against Mauricio Rufy. We got Green coming in 13-11 with 1 draw and 1 no contest in the UFC. 32-6 with that 1 draw and 1 no contest overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Rufy coming in. They are 2-0 in the UFC, 11-1 overall, and are currently on a 6-fight winning streak. My pick's going to be with Green, actually, with this. I'm going to give bro credit. He actually made a compelling argument prior to the taping of this show, and it kind of made me think, and, you know, like, I'm actually going to hop on the Bobby King Green train on this fight. He's gonna win by either decision or KO, first off. He's the older fighter by 10 years, smaller of the two, a striker / point fighter with great cardio. So I look for him to just basically just put the pace on Rufy, who, for me, even though he's going to be the younger and bigger of the two fighters, power striker, the thing that I think is his cardio. How is he going to manage his energy throughout this fight? Of course, he's going to be looking for the finish because that's just kind of in his you know nature. He wants to finish his opponents. He wants highlight real finishes. But in his last fight, it showed that if he's not able to get his opponent out of there quick, he does start to slow down, starts to fade a little bit, and the opponent does have the opportunity then to come back on strong. I feel like Bobby Green is gonna put a pace on him and present him with, you know, issues from the gate, to where, you know, like I said, by the time we reach the second half of the second round and or the third round, you might start seeing Green, if he hasn't already started piecing Rufy up from the get-go, start to then pour it on even more so going into those later rounds. So once again, bro had the compelling argument, gave me a different perspective on this fight, and yeah, I'm gonna go with King Green in this one.
Mauricio Rufio
Who, me?
is going to lose to Captain Right Hook Green. That's a fucking... You don't know that reference, do you?
Really, nigga?
Rufio.
Yeah, no,
Rufio.
come on, my G. I know.
Well,
I
then
did.
look
I heard you say that, and then you went around the block to make that fucking Captain Hook reference to bring it together, I guess. And that shit was ass. I'm gonna just be honest, that shit was ass. So you kind of lost me, but luckily, I have some nostalgia to me, so I knew where you were going once you were able to then like pick up the pieces and be like, oh, see, this is what I was trying to say. It's like, oh, okay.
Real funny.
Could have did without that, but whatever.
That shit is fucking trash.
Fuck you, bro. Rufio's gonna lose. King Green's gonna fucking win.
It's not
King
fun,
Green,
is it? Niggas talking shit,
man, fuck you.
running their mouth unnecessarily.
Doesn't fucking matter. King Green doesn't like to lose, you know what I mean? Back to back. He usually tries to get his shit together on the next fight. Rufy doesn't have any fucking cardio. They are gonna be in a fucking in a goddamn what's that called? A fucking phone booth. You know what I mean? And that being said, King Green wins in a fucking phone booth. Not fucking.
Are you sure
Rufy.
about that?
I wouldn't say
Bobby fucking King Green fucking wins this goddamn fight.
that. I definitely don't want Green to go into a phone booth with Rufy. That would definitely not be
he'll
a
be
good
all right.
idea.
He'll be all right as long as he keeps his fucking guard up. That being said, King Green for the fucking win. And tired of your shit, my boy. Move on to the next fucking fight.
All right, then.
Yeah. Do that.
Moving on to a
Mhm.
strawweight bout.
Yup.
We have Amanda Lemos going up against Yasmin Lucindo. We have Lemos coming in 8-4 in the UFC, 14-4 with 1 draw overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Lucindo coming in. They are 4-1 in the UFC, 17-5 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. My pick's going to be with Lucindo in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be the younger and slightly longer of the two fighters. A striker that can, you know, lay on the volume and point fight you to the cards, as well as they do pack a punch, they got some power and they can lay you out if or at least find the finish after, piecing you up after a while. Lemos is going to be the older of the 2x14 years, slightly taller, and a power striker mostly. I mean, they definitely, can go to distance. They, can throw power throughout that entire, 15 minutes. But they do definitely try to look to get you the fuck out of there as soon as possible. I'm going to just be going with Lucindo in this one, primarily just because of youth and ability to sustain power and volume over the 15 rounds, whereas I believe there's going to come a point where Lemos hits a wall and is not going to have as much pop and or speed coming behind those punches, and eventually it's going to be Lucindo most likely kind of edging them out in the points and just like having the more impactful shots. So yeah, my pick's going to be with Lucindo in this one.
That was the best fucking minute of fucking analyzation that you've had all
Every fucking
fight.
minute I've ever spent on this show analyzing fights has been fucking a clinic in comparison to what you do. You've just happened to have luck on your side or whatever the fuck kind of weird juju that happens that allows you to even have any insight into a fight, let alone enough to then best me in a picking battle.
He's heating up.
Continue. Fucking sick of this shit, bro. Sick of this shit. You're a clown. Just so you know, you're a clown, fool. Go put a fucking gator fucking skin jacket on, or fucking rattlesnake skin jacket on, or go fucking put on a fucking fox fur jacket or a fucking mink or something next time you come in here, bruh. We coming in here with one of those Ross fucking fur coats ever again, my nigga.
Fatality.
Oh shit. Who you got in this fight, man?
I got motherfucking Lucindo. You know what? Lucindo for the win.
This is what you get when you talk shit, bruh.
Amanda fucking Lemos is not going to fucking win. She's too fucking old to win. She doesn't put enough volume out there to win. Her power is decent, but her power is only decent in the first to second and a half round. And then thereafter, Lucinda will give her the youth, the cardio, power, and fucking volume that she cannot handle, and so then Lucinda will fucking win. That's my goddamn fucking take on that shit, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Why? Because I fucking win. Why? Because I'm the parlay god. Why? Because I'm Mr. Give me my belt, hand me my crown. That's why Lucindo's gonna win that fucking fight.
Funny how that was like the best minute of analyzation I've ever heard from you in the entirety of this show. Coincidentally enough, because it seemed like it was just a repackaged version of what I just said.
You think so? Oh.
So good for you, bro. Glad you could take notes. You know, I actually, it's flattering. The admiration is flattering.
Fucking Kroger brand is just rebranded fucking actual fucking brands.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean? You're fucking like bullshit ass fucking
calling
like
yourself
Dr.
Kroger?
fucking Pop, right?
No.
It's really just Dr. fucking Pepper. You know what I mean? Like you're fucking chicken in a basket is really chicken in a biscuit. You know what I mean? Like your fucking bullshit that you have is just me. You know what I mean? It's just me. Like you're literally my little brother. You're repackaged to me. You're the fucking lower version for motherfuckers who are broke. I'm goddamn premium. I'm out here.
You done?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
What's
right.
your next fucking pick, bro? Like, what's your next random ass trash pick that you're probably gonna have? Oh no. Oh wait, you went with me because you know fucking better. Go ahead and pick your fucking pick.
Moving on to a lightweight bout.
Lightweight.
We have Jalen Turner going up against Ignacio Bahamondes. We got Turner coming in 7-5 in the UFC.
I was thinking about picking him.
14-8 overall and 2-3
But my
in their
brother said
last
not
5
to.
fights. So that's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. We got Bahamondes coming in 5-2 in the UFC. 16-5 overall and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. I'm gonna be going with Bahamondes because that's what I had planned to do from jump. I actually was the one who was telling you why I was going to, which tells me that you just switched up just now.
Bullshit.
Or had no.
It's already written down, my
I don't
dog.
even think you knew who you were gonna pick. Those went on way after we had our discussion.
No, it wasn't.
Whatever,
bro, this has been written down.
Sure, whatever.
For like days.
I'm on Bahamondes, KO or decision. Slightly younger fighter. He's going to be a striker with evolving grappling. I just think it's something that he doesn't lean on, but I do think he has grappling capability. We got Jalen Turner, slightly older of the two by 2 years. He's going to be well-rounded, and I would just say the only thing is like his cardio. If this gets drawn out to the cards, I don't know if this is going to go in his favor. And I think Bahamondes is good at being a skilled striker that can find finishes and hit you with power shots. Or, you know, he definitely is willing to just put punishment on you for a whole 15 minutes. Jalen Turner, like, he can strike. I think Bahamondes has the edge in that department, but he can grapple. I just don't think he's going to be totally honest. I don't think he's going to grapple with Bahamondes, and that's going to leave the door wide open for Bahamondes to just put on a clinic and kind of just best him in that department. And by the time Turner maybe does decide to turn to the grappling, it'll be too late by that point. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Bahamondes by head kick knockout. That's what I'm going to roll with.
Bahamondes will definitely win this fight. Jalen Turner is, I think, the better striker early on in the match. As the match goes on, as he slows down, as he loses power, as he loses cardio, Bahamondes is able to turn it on because he's going to be the more technical striker. He's going to preserve his energy better, and has a little bit more cardio.
He's a dog too.
And he's a dog. He's a dog fighter. So Ignacio Bahamondes for the win. Jalen Turner won't use his grappling. I think if Jalen Turner had shown me grappling in a couple previous fights, boom, like let's go with him because he does have a few more routes to victory if he uses those routes, but he does not use those routes to victory. So that being said, Ignacio Bahamondes is going to win because Jalen Turner is too egotistical to use all of his routes to victory, to use the grappling, to use the wrestling, to use the ability to get your man to the ground and fucking whip his ass. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of this sport. You can't be, you can be, but it's very, very hard and it's very advantageous to do so. To be a not a well-rounded player or fighter in this particular sport. So that being said, Bahamondes for the win.
Like I just said, Jalen Turner is well-rounded. He's probably the more well-rounded of the two.
He is more well-rounded, but he doesn't use those things. That's what I was just saying.
No shit!
Bro, I don't give a fuck about what the fuck you say. What the fuck?
It's obvious.
I don't. Because
it's obvious.
Win.
No, I'm winning this year. What have you done lately?
Wait, you got one win on me? Oh, you're so happy?
One. Yeah, because you fucking you took one fight back from a fucking... Bruh, that card is literally like an outlier card. That shit was some bullshit. It's okay, bro. Like, I get it. Like, you need whatever you need right now. I get it. You literally take whatever you can get right now. But for real, like, my guy, be real with yourself. These microphones are about to die, my G. Like, we don't need to waste no more time with your fucking gibberish and your bullshit.
Somebody should charge them, huh? Be on your fucking business, huh? Get on
sorry
that.
Motherfucker. Didn't charge him. Fucking
bullshit.
Editing this fucking show. Running our numbers up, nigga. Get us fucking...
You know what's running our numbers up? Winning.
Off this motherfucker.
Winning's making our fucking numbers go up, huh? That's me. That's what I do.
Really? Are you sure?
Winning.
You sure?
By fucking winning.
You sure?
Okay, go ahead, my dog. Whatever.
Check
Pick
the
your
numbers.
new fucking shit.
Those 9-month numbers didn't say that you were winning shit. According to the UFC Predictions Tracker, check them out. Anyway, let's go on to the main event, or the co-main event of the evening.
Damn, get your shit right.
But this might be the people's main event, or was formerly the people's main event until Dan Hooker pulled out. But we'll get into that in a second. We got the co-main event of the evening. We got Justin Gaethje going up against Rafael Fiziev. This is actually a rematch now because of the dropout from Dan Hooker, late notice replacement from Fiziev, who has not fought in quite some time coming off of a knee injury. We got Gaethje coming in 8-5 in the UFC, 25-5 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. We got Fiziev coming in 6-3 in the UFC, 12-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights.
Poopy time!
Yeah, he's gonna go take a potty. Don't worry, folks. I'll continue to break things down. My pick's gonna be with Gaethje in this one by either KO or decision. They're gonna be the older of the two fighters by 4 years, taller of the two, a striker that has both power and technique. He's definitely tried to find that balance between, swinging for the fences and trying, be more measured and technical. We got Fiziev coming in, the younger of the two, slightly longer of the two fighters, and he's gonna have that power and kind of like fast twitch striking skill set. But once again, like I said, he's coming off of a long layoff. He's already lost once to Gaethje, who kind of basically just laid it on him for the entirety of their fight and beat him up. And he's coming off a long layoff. His knee, gave out on him in a fight. So he's been coming back from that. And then on top of that, he said that once he got, good to go, that then it became an issue for him to even get a fight booked. So, I feel like this is going to be one of those situations where he's definitely kind of basically going all in on himself right here. And he's either going to come out looking like a diamond on the other side, or a lot of people are going to say, man, you really just kind of did you need this fight for monetary purposes? Like, what was it or were you that hungry to get into the cage again that you kind of put yourself at a disadvantage, not only coming in after a long layoff, but against somebody fucking that's literally trying to put themselves back into title contention that has a win over you already. I mean, I just, I don't see how this, plays into his favor. I know that if it does, the action, like the
Today, Junior?
like the positives that can come from it. But I mean, outside of that, if you lose this fight, all you've really done is just kind of set yourself kind of that much further back. You did a favor for the company, but if you watched an interview where they asked Dana White what was the issue with Fiziev getting fights, he kind of looked at them like, oh, he's having trouble getting fights. Sounds like a Fiziev problem, basically.
So he's saying that he's been ready to fight for months and we haven't given him a fight?
Выходит, что это намного сложнее.
Sounds like bullshit to me. Sounds like bullshit to me.
Like, basically was like, how are we not getting this guy fights? We give people who want to fight fights. And, especially we're obligated to give people fights. So how are we not giving this dude fights?
Sounds like bullshit to me.
And then, Dan Hooker drops out and he jumps on, as a replacement, which I'm sure was nice, but it's almost like one of those things where like there was still enough options out there that you could have preserved yourself, your ranking, and your just your who you are in the company, unless they called you like, hey, we heard you were complaining about not getting fights. We got one here for you. And then you kind of backed into a corner. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like Fiziev lined himself up. Now, I talked about McNell Cop getting lined up last week, and we've seen how well that shit aged. So don't necessarily take these words too much into consideration, but definitely I feel like Fiziev lined himself up. I'm going to be going with Gaethje in this fight.
Gaethje's a fucking beast. Gaethje's a monster. Gaethje's here to fucking fuck shit up. Rafael Fiziev fucking picked a bad one, in my opinion. Yeah, Gaethje has been fucking, he got K'd last time we seen him, right? Like, but he got K'd on his fucking shield. He got K'd not because he wanted to get K'd, but he was willing to be K'd, I guess.
He was losing already and did what anybody should do when you're losing. You might as well just go for broke because then you're at least, it's entertaining. Now, don't get me wrong, that fight was entertaining. Those guys just went blow for blow and just punished each other for 15 minutes. But that knockout made it something completely fucking different. That shit turned into something completely different after that.
I agree.
You know, and that's Gaethje. Like, it takes two to make that happen. That wasn't just Max Holloway. That was Gaethje putting it on the line.
Yeah, because Max Holloway could have pointed at the middle of the ring all he fucking wanted. If Gaethje doesn't fucking
engage,
then it doesn't fucking matter. Like, then he's just showing off, right? And that also makes it kind of like lame.
Yeah, then it kind of makes Gaethje look like a bitch.
It makes Gaethje look like a bitch, but it also
you got beat up and then you hesitated to initiate because you were getting beat up.
Well, it also can like be one of those things where like now it looks like Max Holloway is just a show off. You know what I mean? Like, depending on what side of the fence you want to be on. Maybe you're a Gaethje fan and you're like, oh, he was just fucking wanting to like do.
You already won the fight, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So there's two sides of the story, but Gaethje being the man he is and Holloway being the man he is, the way it came together made for a magnificent fucking fight. It was super entertaining. One of the greatest things I've seen. I bet on Gaethje. I got my fucking ass beat, but I'm not even mad about it. Yeah. I think you bet on Holloway. No, you bet Gaethje?
Yeah.
I think so we both bet Gaethje and we caught an ass whooping, but I guarantee I wasn't mad about it, and I don't think you were. So that being said, Gaethje's gonna leave it all out there. He's not gonna eat shit. He's from Colorado. You know what I mean? From the hood. You know what I mean? So Gaethje for the fucking win. Gaethje's a fucking beast, and he's got one of the biggest fucking, you know what I mean? He has not one of the biggest hearts and like he loves people, but like he has the most heart in the UFC as far as like he's gonna stand there and bang until he can't anymore. He's gonna leave it all out in the field. And I don't think he ever questions when he goes home like I could have done more.
Yeah, no, he's good dude and good for the sport and definitely one of those ambassadors that embodies what this shit's all about for sure. All right, folks, moving on to
the main event of the evening.
We have a light heavyweight championship bout between Alex Poatan Pereira going up against Magomed Ankalaev. We got Pereira coming in 9-1 in the UFC.
Jama.
12-2 overall.
Jama.
And are currently on a 5-fight winning streak.
Jama.
We got Ankalaev coming in. They are 11-1 with 1 draw and 1 no contest in the UFC. 20-1 with 1 draw and 1 no contest overall. And are currently riding an 11-fight win streak. I'm going to be going with Pereira in this one by either KO or decision. They're going to be the older fighter by 5 years, the bigger of the two fighters, and a power and technical type striker. He kind of is just able to basically concentrate his power where he needs to and can literally hurt you or end you at any point because of that. Just needs to practice, takedown defense, I think, is going to be a big factor in this bout. As long as he can stuff the takedowns, then he's probably going to be he's going to get Ankalaev out of here real fast. If he eats up that front leg with that patented calf kick that he uses and then just starts laying, punches on Ankalaev, if Ankalaev isn't just planning to actually wrestle from the gate, then it's just going to be him diving for desperate takedowns at a certain point because he should have gotten it going earlier. Ankalaev is going to be the smaller fighter and the younger of the two. He's well-rounded, but he likes to strike. He likes to let his ego get the better of him. He, has gotten enamored with that knockout, the ones that he's gotten. So he strays a little bit from the wrestling. And because he doesn't just go in there and take care of business, I feel like the fights that he's finished have taken way longer than they should have to have been finished. And then the fights that go to decision, it's like, bruh, like, why'd you go to decision with that fool? Like, it's just like kind of almost a type of low IQ in there where he's just not basically doing things to his full potential. He's playing with his food too much.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say, yeah, if he comes in there and he just starts trying to wrestle Pereira from the get-go, if he can get that going in them first 2 rounds, then it's going to get dark because I'm sure Pereira will probably, be tired and just like not able to really know what to do at that point, not able to stuff him. But if he's not able to get that going and he has to endure any sort of type of punishment, striking specifically from Pereira, it's gonna get bad for him. He's gonna have to eat a lot of words and shit that he talked over these past like 2 to 3 years trying to get this fight. Yeah, Pereira. I mean, he's a champ. This is his second division that he's won in. I believe that if he wins this fight, he's done with light heavyweight, and then the last level is him and John Jones or him and Tom Aspinall. And then I think at that point, maybe if he was to get a heavyweight title under his belt and be the first 3 division champion in the organization's history, then he would maybe do 1 title defense and then he'd be done. Or he could go out just like that, vacate the titles right after getting it, and fucking
be the dopest motherfucker.
He'd be the GOAT. He'd be the GOAT in a way. He wouldn't be John Jones' GOAT unless he beat John Jones.
But John Jones also hasn't been in he hasn't been in 3. Peloton is the most, not in a disrespectful way, Peloton is the LeBron James of this generation. Now, can there be the talk of, is he fucking Djorden?
Stop it.
Yes.
Get some help.
You know what I mean? But I think as we talk, as we speak about it, he is, you know what I mean? He's the King James. You know what I mean? Is he Brady?
Where the bread at, Tom Brady? I need some bread.
But he's the best of the generation at this point.
Yeah, no, I mean he'll go down as a legend regardless. Kind of how this fight
first
goes.
Round ballot for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Pereira for the win, retains the title, probably vacates it. Like I said, moves up, has a couple more legendary fights after that, and then hangs it up and goes out fucking as one of the greatest ever. And like fucking Adesanya said, he was like, look at the monster I created. Like, if anything, y'all should thank me for talking all that shit because it woke up a monster. Like, yeah, it wasn't great for me necessarily every time, but shit, like he
is a boss. He's a beast.
If I can take credit for anything, I'll take credit for that. Basically, was what time he was on. But yeah, so there's that. That is going to end our predictions and picks portion of the show. Hey, our guy right here, he hit his parlay last week. I mean, one of his legs fell out of the fucking thing, so he only had like a 2-leg parlay that he won. But hey, once again, he won last card, everybody.
Bruh. You're trash.
Listen to this clown ass nigga.
I got
fucking parlays because I'm the fucking parlay god.
Oh, really?
Damn right.
What are you? Like the parlay, like fucking baby?
Parlay
like
Prince.
Parlay fetus?
Parlay Prince.
Oh, yeah? Did you get a parlay last week?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Fucking parlay egg. Parlay nut. You're like a parlay sperm.
You got any parlays, man? Like I said, these mics are running low.
All right. First part of the parlay is Gutierrez. Second part of the parlay is going to be Joshua Ben. Third part of the parlay is going to be Lucindo, Spicy, Bobby Green, King Green, however you want to put it. So my 3 pick is what I'm guaranteeing, right? I'm guaranteeing that shit, and then I'm gonna put King Green as my spicy, and then fucking Pereira as my extra spicy for the 5 picker.
Chumma.
All right,
Your boy's gonna run it the fuck up.
I'll match your 5 pick and go against you. I'm gonna win. So now that we're back to real cards, we're gonna get back to real wins, which means real parlays.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna be going with Chris Gutierrez, Carlos Leal, and Armen Petrosyan. Then I'm gonna go with a spicy Justin Gaethje, and if you really want to spice it up, extra spicy, you can throw Poatan on top of that.
Shama. Better get rid of that fucking.
The real official 5-pick parlay of Bros Talk MMA, sponsored by your boy, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick, and parlay, Mr. Make This Parlay Real Quick. UTICA.
Boring.
There you go.
I think. Let's make a bet. You want to make a bet right now?
Sure.
At the very end of this episode, or next episode that we have, if you lose to me, I want you to say, Mr. Make This Pick Real Shit. And then you can, like, if you got something for me, cool.
I'll have to figure out something if you're going to make me fucking, desecrate the fucking, the moniker, bruh. It's fucked up. But you're on. Alrighty then. Alrighty. Let's see here. Hey, go ahead, bud. The floor is all yours. Somebody had a great card apparently
Not a fucking great card.
last
You know
week.
what I mean?
Hey, you let him tell it the way this whole show's been. He fucking did spectacular last week. I mean, hey, like I said, the floor is yours. I didn't win, y'all. Bro did better than me in picks. He beat me in head-to-head matchups and won the COVID bubble.
Whoa.
Type.
There's no COVID. We're not talking about COVID anymore.
Card.
What the fuck are we
That's
talking
what
about?
this was, basically. It was
It's
a weird-ass card.
It's not that.
You know, it was in the Apex. So what else do you want?
Bro.
Fools were falling off like flies.
I hit a 5-0. I hit a 5-0.
So boom.
Boom. Hit a 5-0, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're at 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like, so I already beat you on one. And then
I dropped 5 straight.
No. You didn't drop 5 straight.
Yeah, I did, because I went 5-5.
No, because you caught one.
Oh, I did win. I won the Sam Patterson fight.
Yeah.
Did. And then I dropped 4 straight.
Mm-hmm. Because your boy's fucking dope. I'm fucking great at this shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is, bro. Like, I know. He always says, he's like, man, like, when we started this channel, like, I thought you weren't going to be that fucking good at it. I just am, bro. I just know pussies from fucking beasts. That's what it is. Like, that fool looks like a pussy. This fool looks like a beast. This fool's gonna fucking beat that fucking pussy up. Just like I beat pussy up all day. That's what it is. That's why I win. Because I know what the fuck that is.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
That's all you came with?
Yeah, buddy. Wait.
Don't tell me that's all you came with.
A 2-pack of ass.
That's all I need. What do I gotta say? My record speaks for itself. Okay?
All right, buddy.
You fucking won.
Once again, folks.
You're up by what? 1 or 2?
I'm up by 1 fight, I believe.
1 fight. Okay.
1 fight.
Boom. This whole year.
For the year. For the year, I'm up by 1 fight. I'm down probably about 15 fights all time.
Yep, you're right.
And yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But once again, folks, let us not forget, we are looking at the same person who came in as an entirely different person because they didn't know what was happening. They had gotten beaten so bad. Not only did they lose to me, they lost the fucking card looking like a true clown. You know, just making us look crazy as a channel. Luckily, there was me. You know, but like I said, he wins a fake. He wins a very fake card by 1 fight over me. Wins it out by 1 fight over me. And you see him over here? You see him all gleeful and cheery? You see this? And just last week, this dude was... It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm all good. It's RayBuck. I don't give a fuck what happened last card. Fuck Nasser Happer-ass. Fuck everybody. Fuck everyone.
Whoa, buddy, relax.
Then he wins this fake-ass card. Now look at him over here having celebratory drinks and shit. Like he done something.
Sometimes young niggas don't get it. Like, sometimes you gotta fucking go back into yourself and figure out what the fuck you need to do. and then you go in and win. You know what I mean? That's what
So
I
you
fucking
had
do.
to go back to wearing Ross fur coats to fucking figure out who you are, my G?
Roasted.
That's what you.
You had to go back to Ross one time to fucking channel that inner Ray Bucks?
Pathetic.
Is that what we're saying?
No, I just go back into myself to realize how I was gonna fucking.
Gotta channel that inner Blinky the Clown real quick.
He's already dead.
Bust them floppy shoes out. Dust that fucking bummy ass fucking suit jacket off. Fucking squirt some fucking piss out of your fucking your fucking flour.
Tuck your fat ass, beat up ass coochie in full before you fucking talk to me anymore. Cause I'm tired of your bullshit and the way you fucking be saying shit. Cause you are not, you're winning this year by one bite. And that shit's about to go away. And then when it goes away, I want to see what comes of that. Like, do you keep the same energy? You know what I mean? Because I remember last year, you had high energy the first couple episodes. And then it was like, oh, yeah, I just want to explain to you, like, how maybe that's this person might win and this and that, blah, blah. And
Yeah, I was shook.
He does have, like, some fight experience and a little bit of fucking, like, he can strike, and then maybe he can also grapple as well, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to win. But let's go ahead and move it on to fucking RayBuck, the motherfucker that knows everything, the motherfucker that be beating everybody's ass, the motherfucker that be winning every card. That dude, let's talk to him. The actual, like, you want some fucking, like Skip Bayless. You're like, yeah, let's go ahead and move it on to Shannon Sharp. Yeah, motherfucker, let me show you how I'm going to drink and fucking win. That's what I'm going to do. So, that being said, like, we're going to see if you keep your same energy this entire year. Because we done seen you get. The fuck up out of here, Nick. I'm tired of this shit.
All right.
Go
well,
ahead.
folks, while that was happening, I'm sure you got a chance to look at all the graphics showing, you know, our picks from the last event, our picks on the year, and our all-time picks since starting this channel, since the first event of 2024 last year. You know, so you'll see it there. He won the card. He won. I'm winning the year so far, and he's winning all time. Whatever. So with that all being said,
like a little pinky win. Go ahead.
we want to thank all of our new subscribers that have subscribed. We want to thank all the new viewers. We want to thank everybody who's been tuning in since day one and throughout this entire journey that we've been on. Just want to send y'all a big thank you.
Thanks, Pally.
You know, just we can't do this without y'all. And yeah, much love. And we hope that tuning in to us has been beneficial for you as well. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at Bros Talk MMA. Make sure that you follow us at Bros Talk MMA on TikTok as well. You can follow me on those platforms at UTICA, UTICA_SME. Bros, you know, he said miss him with the follows. He's cool on that. You know, he is not social on social media. He's very unsocial on social medias.
Hey, follow me if you're a bitch.
Like if you're a bitch, like a person, like a bitch of a person, or like, you know, you don't want to talk to the ladies like that. You ain't talking to our bitches or the women out there like
we don't
that,
have
right?
any fucking women subscribers. We've already looked at the fucking analytics. Like, if you are a female and you would like to follow me, feel free. You know what I mean? It's a bad idea, but you're more than welcome to.
So what else is there to talk about? I think
Not a goddamn thing.
check out our guy at the UFC Predictions Tracker. You know, always taking all the picks from all the biggest channels and is just acquiring more channels as he goes. Putting all those channels together, taking all their picks and predictions.
Showing out I'm dope.
Oh God.
You know, putting us all together, see who is coming out on top with the best predictions and with, you know, hypothetical simulated, you know, kind of like turnouts with the ROI. If you were to hypothetically bet $100 on each fight, this is what your ROI would be. And so it lets you know hypothetically, you know, and you could just place your own, you know, unit numbers in there and just do the numbers like that. And, you know, find out hypothetically, if you went with so-and-so or whoever's picks, what, you know, your return on investment would be. So definitely, I highly suggest anybody, whether you just consume predictions and picks channels, or if you actually run your own predictions and picks channel, check out the UFC Predictions Tracker. It's a super dope channel. I think it's actually going to be something that helps build a stronger community amongst all picks, predictions, and MMA channels. And yeah, just make sure that you check them out. Salute to them. Salute to everybody that, you know, is being tracked on there, and everybody that goes to that channel to get their insight on who's doing the best.
Dope. Follow me and win. That's what it is.
Is that all? No, that's what I was just about to get into. With all that being said, you have anything else?
Fucking follow me and win.
Duh.
What more do you fucking want?
You to win, like on a more
Check
consistent basis.
I'm here with my co-host extraordinaire.
I'm Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. Also, Mr. Fucking
Come on, man.
not gonna catch me fucking over here looking sad and depressed fucking with a whole fucking fake ass manufactured animal on me from the Ross.
Oh my God, it's not funny.
I'm him.
And I'd be Mr. RayBuck, Mr. Chuckle Jordan, Mr. the Parlay God, Mr. Motherfucking give me my belt, hand me my fucking crown. I'm Black Moses, Black Jesus, Black Nostradamus. I'm here to just make your motherfucking picks better and get you fucking money. I'm not sure what he is here for, other than to make me look better.
Damn, you're ugly.
Show yourself.
Really? Well, folks, this has been another episode of Bros Talk MMA. We hope that y'all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck betting. And until the next time, we out.